Okay, today we are looking at a problem here. We're trying to solve a basketball point in our code challenge on C#, so you work on. So we want to look at a problem. We're solving the problem here. So we want to count a point of a basketball game. So you are counting a point for a basketball game, given the amount of 3-pointers scored and 2-pointers scored. Then find the final point for the team and return that value for 2-pointer and 3-pointer. So that means we're going to be creating a method in the case of C#. Now, this method is going to be called points. And the first one is going to take, this is going to be for 2-pointer, and this is going to be for 3-pointer. So for 2-pointer, 2 plus 3 here, that gives us 5. So if this is 2-pointer, that's 2 times 7, that gives us 14. Plus 3-pointer, 3 times 5, that gives us 15. When you add them together, you get 25. Same with this. So that's what they ask us to do. So this actually falls under the category of the very easy. So we are starting from the very easy on our code challenge. So it will take us some 3 to 4 minutes to be able to round up this. So let's create our method. So the kind of method we are going to create is going to be called a static method, because I don't intend making an instance of a class. So it's going to be static. Then the name is not going to be void, because we're going to be making some calculations, so we will return a particular stuff. So it's going to be an integer. So static int, the data type, and the name is called points. I think that's what they asked us to call. So let me just check here again to confirm that. What's the name again? Okay, that's points. So if that is the case, that's the name of our stuff. Now, C# have a convention of always starting their method with a capital letter. It's not that it's not going to work if I use a lowercase letter. So as you can see, static int blah. Now we're going to be calling it here, and it's going to take 2 parameters. So what are the 2 parameters it takes? So the first parameter is going to be the 2-pointer. So I'll call these 2-pointer. So the first one is going to be int 2-pointer. So that's what we'll call the first one. I think I should just make it like this, 2-pointer. Then the second is going to be called, is also going to be an integer of 3-pointer. So these are the variables we are having. As you can see, we are still seeing an error here. Why? Because I have to make a return. So in this case, I'll just make a return of an integer, and the return should just be a 0. 0 is an integer. As you can see, the error has disappeared. So the logic goes here now. So this is where the logic goes in. So let's look at what the logic says. So it means that we are going to say total points. I'm just going to say int total points. That's what I want to call. I want to give you a variable. So we're going to do our calculation here. So we're going to be having, the first one is the 2-pointer. So we're going to be having 2 times the 2-pointer, because the 2-pointer is just 2 points. So as the name implies, so we're going to have the 2-pointer. Then we then add it with 3 times 3 times the other pointer, 3 times the 3-pointer. So that's what we're going to get in our calculations. So we're going to have 2 times the 2-pointer, then whatever value we get, we add it to 3 times the 3-pointer. So I'm just going to probably put this in a bracket just to make life easy and make it much more readable. And I'm also going to do this to make it very readable. And of course, I'll end with my so that's just the logic behind it. So everything should be working well. So I just need to just console.log out the result. So we just have to console.log Oh, dot right line. I'm so used to JavaScript. Dot right line. So what are we bringing out here? We are bringing out total points. You guessed it. So that's it. So everything should work now. So all we just have to do in our static method, we come down to the static method here to call the method. So calling the method. So I'm using the keyword method, but they use the word function. Function and method are technically the same, but a little bit different. A method is actually found in a class. A method is a function that is found in a class. So because I'm creating this in a class, so it is called a method. So I'm just going to call the method. So the method is going to be, what's the name of the method again? I think that's points, and it takes 2 parameters. So this is where we can run what we just did the other time to see if we are actually right. In the other case, they said 38 and 8. So I'm just going to pass that in so we can have the same, exactly the same values at least. 38 and 8. So that means the first one is the 2 pointer is going to multiply by 2, 38 by 2, then 8 by 2, then add together, and that will give us our value. So all the logics are here. This is where the logic, everything takes place. So if you do that, definitely you're going to end up getting a sum total of 100 as the case may be. So while it is running, let me quickly go back and do some explanation again. So we started, I made it a static method. In the first class, I actually did a static and a non-static method. So you can see the result is what, 100. So this means that everything is working well. So just a brief revision. So I created it called a static method because I do not intend making an object out of this. And if you still have issue with the static and the non-static method, you want to know how it works, just look at the first video, the video before this. I actually created a function, a method, the static and the non-static method, and I actually called it here. So this is a static method because I don't intend making an instance of this class called program. So I don't like stress, so I don't want to do that. So I just made it static. Now, this is not void because I'm going to be doing some calculation. As a result of that being not void, I have to make a return. Now, what I'm going to be returning will depend on what I placed here. So this is what? An integer. So I'll place an integer here. So this could be like return 1, return 2, they are all integer. So if this is a string, I'm going to return a string here. It can just be an empty string like this. Is that okay? So that is how it works. So probably everything is going on well. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.